I'm Jared. This is my cabin, and I'm going to tell you about it. This is a Canadian trapper's cabin, built on an original Canadian trap line that technically predates Canada. The trap line itself is a 30-kilometer river valley that starts at the ocean, ends in cliffs, with steep peaks on either side. To get here, I boat 100 kilometers, just under 100 kilometers, and then I hike 2 kilometers. I've built this cabin with mostly hand tools that I've packed in on my back, mostly materials packed in on my back. Every log placed by hand, even the big ridge beam placed by hand. I'm lucky I've got a couple strong friends that were crazy enough to come along with me on the trips, and when I needed to do some heavy lifting, they helped a lot. I'm very grateful for them. This cabin is approved by the Canadian government and by local First Nations. To get to this point, it's taken me almost 10 years. I've caught flack from people for many years about how I should have been filming like this the entire build. And I wish I could have, but the reality is the logistics of getting here, when we had nowhere to sleep, we were hiking in 2 kilometers, working, hiking 2 kilometers out. Often it was over weekend trips. Zero time to make a video like this. Barely time to get the tasks for each trip done. It was crazy. It would have been impossible to make a video of the build, but now I have a cabin. So I've got the luxury to relax a little bit, have a coffee, set up a camera, practice a couple lines, and make cool videos when I do all the projects I have planned and I trap the line behind me. This trap line is basically untouched. It's kind of like to me, it's a time machine. I'm going to trap it in a sustainable way that would have been done 100 plus years ago. I'm really excited to do it and make some really awesome videos going forward. To catch you up and to hopefully give you an idea of what it's taken to get to this point, I do have the photos that we took kind of from the hip, little video clips on the fly, and I'm going to put them together here for you and show them to you. So I hope you enjoy what I have so far, and stay tuned if you like this kind of thing. I'm going to make a lot of cool videos going forward. Here's what I got so far. Enjoy. Some of the trips, the water was too rough to even film. We were just holding on. I'm not a mariner, but I sure had to learn on my feet quickly. The boat had her problems, but we could never have done it without her. It's basically one trail up the valley that everybody has to use and get along. The bears did give us some problems, but by then we had gotten real good at problem solving. We were usually tired by the time we arrived on the boat, and then extra tired by the time we got to the site with our tools. We'd be dead by the time we finished a day's work and still had to hike out to the boat to sleep and then back in again to do it all over. I picked up the log building from scratch. I do recommend watching some Robert Chambers videos. He's very helpful. And I also recommend the B1, B2, T1, T2 method. That eases a lot of stress about having a notch be too large and losing a shoulder of a log. When I asked for help, I always said, I can't guarantee your safety, but I can guarantee we'll have an adventure, and that's all they needed to sign on.
Last one, all done, pounding. Woo! Don't fall.
As the cabin got taller, all the work got harder. The ridge beam was 26 feet long, over 12 inches diameter, and we had to lift it to 14 feet in the air. Whoa. By the time we got it up there, we were pretty beat. I became friends with some loggers in the area and was able to horse trade with them to help get some good roofing materials to site. As traditional as I built this cabin, modern roofing and stain will drastically extend its life. Once the cabin had a roof, it was a nice dry place to sleep. Big old black bear munching away down there. We get to watch him while we eat lunch. Bears screwing around with the cabin already. They gotta mind their own business. At night, the bare log walls gave security, but you could hear everything walking by outside. Our door every night. So the bears don't get in here. We always knew our fire had gone out when we heard the big footsteps coming up the trail. We would lay awake, dead silent. The footsteps would stop on the other side of the wall. After a couple sniffs and what felt like forever, the steps would carry on. Modern log seal will also help the cabin survive the elements. The shelter and security of a cabin will afford me the ability to take the time to film the many more projects I have planned. I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to making the next one. It'll be a proper video like this. Let's hope it's a proper adventure. See you soon.